Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, yes, it is another lesson in insanity. And you could say it's more of domestic affairs, domestic related affairs, as opposed to foreign or military type affairs. It could become a military and foreign affair at some point, but it's not that yet. And I have Seattle here on the map, and I'm staying in Seattle right now. And interesting, interesting place to say the least. It is a contradiction, to say the least. Obviously, it is a far left of center city in terms of the who controls the the political apparatus in the city. A couple of different issues I've seen so far that just really kind of make me scratch my head. And one is I was at a small bodega market outside of my hotel and purchased some candy. And as I looked at the charging screen on what I was purchasing, I noticed a tax at the bottom of the screen, and I was charged a 22-cent sugar tax for buying candy. Progressive, regressive, nanny state. I walk outside of my hotel. I walk 6 blocks down to uh, the uh, the market area down here towards the Sound, and I'm about a half a mile from the market area on Pike Street. So I have to go about a half a mile, maybe a little more, towards this area, and it's the zombie apocalypse, lawless anarchy. At night, as the sun goes down, I've talked about before, there are more zombies, drug addicted, psychologically agonizing persons, and no police. Open air drug market, people passing out in the streets, and that's okay. And yet I get hit with the 22 cents sugar tax because of the nanny state. So it's not okay to purchase sugar, or you'll be penalized for that. But it's completely okay for the homeless, for the criminal element of society to completely take over at night. And they do, man, I tell you. And as I'd said before, I have seen to as of right now, I got here on Sunday, in Seattle, in the downtown area, I have seen one police officer. They're not down here. And during the day, it's tolerable, but at night, I'm telling you, it gets spooky down here. And I just anyway, the scooters help. You can get from point A to point B pretty quickly, and they're pretty cool to ride around on. But we have those in Denver as well. Maybe not as many of them as they do here. But where is this heading? Because at a certain point, it's going to get worse and worse and worse, and the pendulum is going to swing, and something is going to have to happen to clean this up. And as I talked about in the previous video, the graffiti is mind-blowing down here. It's like it's perfectly legal to go around vandalizing stuff. And you see it on homes, you see it on fences, you see it everywhere. And not just, I mean, every city has graffiti. But I mean, you can't even see in some cases the traffic signs because the graffiti is so bad. I mean, if not for your iPhone on your GPS, you'd be screwed because the graffiti covers up road signs. And haven't gone up into the Capitol Hill neighborhood yet. I should probably do that just to check it out. And that was where the whole occupation took place with all the anarchists. If you guys maybe remember that, maybe you watched it. But if the people who are in charge of Seattle call themselves progressive, then what in the hell does regressive look like? Because this is regressive. This is not progressive, what I see here. It is something I can't even explain. It is a mixture of statism, super far leftist politics with anarchy. I mean, utter, absolute anarchy taking place. Anyway, I think I've ranted long enough, and I probably should have ventured out into some areas into San Francisco and provided some better commentary into what I saw there. But quite frankly, it just, I didn't want to do it, and I stayed well outside of San Fran itself, probably for the better. But decided to stay downtown to see what I could see, and I think I've seen enough. But yeah, for those who love this city and care for this city, I don't know what to tell you. Uh, Something's going to happen. Not sure what that looks like. I imagine at some point something will happen again. And my understanding is right now that the police department is 40% understaffed here in Seattle. And another thing that they're doing too, I saw on the local news, I watched the local news here, and they are going back and they are basically doing a jury trial on prior police shootings. Usually, when you have a officer involved shooting, at least where I'm from, you have law enforcement officials from different other jurisdictions. They create what they call a shoot team. They investigate whether it was a lawful use of force or not, and that's what happens. Well, they did that here, but now what they're doing is they're going back and looking at possibly retrying these officers that have been involved in officer-involved shootings. So even though they've been cleared, it's been validated as a good quote-unquote shoot, it's being put in the hands of a jury in Seattle, and I would imagine that these persons are not law enforcement personnel. They have no idea what it's like to walk in the shoes of a police officer, and they have no idea what it's like to confront some of these mad dogs that police deal with. And fighting crime is fighting a war, and unfortunately, you have to get down and dirty sometimes, and you have to make the criminals fear the police. And when that does not happen, you see what's happening right now in Seattle. They take over, and maybe as the crime spreads into these more elitist neighborhoods, and you see more and more criminal activity directed at those who have decided to take Seattle down this road, then maybe things might change, but who knows? But I feel for you, Seattle. I really do. I don't know what to tell you. Um, anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. As always, have a good day. We'll talk again soon.